my visit to the AKA American Kickboxing Academy in San Jose. Why this is such a big deal for me. I want to talk about excellence. I want to talk about being the best at what you do. And this particular gym represents some of that. This is another Even Wrong podcast. It's August 11, 2021. This is Krim Delco. For the day, the fund is down 13 basis points. The market's up 25 basis points. For the year, we're up 9.6%. The market's up 18.7%. We're underperforming by 9.1%. Today, I visited the American Kickboxing Academy, AKA, which is run by Javier Mendez. He's a striking coach, and he's coached people like Khabib, Nurmagomedov, Cain Velasquez, Daniel Cormier, amongst others. I want to focus on Khabib here. He is arguably one of the best, if not the best, fighter ever in the MMA circuit, and I do have lots of appreciation for him. So I want to talk a little bit about this particular visit. It means a lot to me because I feel like places like this, they have an aura, they have a certain energy that I'm picking up on, and I certainly, having visited the place and seen the place, I just felt that energy. It was very invigorating and very exciting to be there. So why is this so exciting? Why do these things matter? I think they matter because people like Khabib have been there. The energy that he and his team bring with them is certainly visible. Almost you can feel it, and I feel that what's great about these types of people is that not just that they're the best at what they do in a sport that I appreciate, but it's also it's a more general aspect of life where you have this ambition, this symbolic ambition, almost this myth of trying to achieve something, and even though you might not achieve it, just the journey, just the ability to get there is really worth it, and it just gives you energy. And this is how I felt today visiting this particular place. I don't know if that is if that's true, if you actually train there, if you feel any of that stuff. I don't know any of these things, but let's say I'm thinking, should I start training here, even though it's really inconvenient as far as I'm concerned in terms of, let's say, me living in San Francisco, coming to San Jose. Now my son trains in San Jose, or actually in Santa Clara, so there's a little bit of overlap there. I could drive him to training and then come and train, so it's not like that crazy that I'm driving almost 2 hours just to train. But nevertheless, it'd be much easier for me to train in San Francisco. But I still feel like, no, I actually want to come here. I want to train. I really want to be at this place. This is the best place I could think of to do what I'm trying to do here, which is I want to develop striking. I want to train. Martial arts, in particular boxing and kickboxing. I used to train jiu-jitsu. I'm now a little bit less into jiu-jitsu just because I have a bit of a meniscus situation, and I feel like also with COVID, it's maybe not the best thing to do, but that's besides the point. What I'm trying to say here is that I have a certain goal. I want to do something, which is my personal development. Martial arts, I think, is a personal development type sport that helps you physically and mentally, gets you confidence, gets you a lot of things that I think are good for life. And I think I want to do it here. And the question is, why here? Why not somewhere else? And the answer is because of this greatness, because of this amazing energy that this place radiates, because of people like particularly Khabib that train. He still train here, even though he's retired. He does train when he comes with his teammates, in particular Islam Makhachev, who is part of Khabib's team. And when they less recently they had a fight, and they were actually here training. So I think, what does it have to do with this particular podcast, with running a hedge fund, with financial markets? Certainly, there's no direct relationship, but I think trying to achieve greatness, trying to do something that the best in this world do, certainly radiates with the hedge fund business. The hedge fund business is one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive business in the world, because it's not just about creativity, about knowledge, about uniqueness. It's also very competitive because it's about money, and it's one of those types of businesses that if you figure something out, then immediately everybody else will jump on that same bandwagon. So it reminds me very much of of MMA. MMA is very similar. You come up with some new idea, and then everybody else tries to jump on it. Khabib, for example, has this way to maul people, to bring them down on the bottom, and then use his legs to tie them down and then punch them, for example. This is one of the techniques that now everybody's trying to mimic, even though it's very difficult. So I think in that sense, there's a relationship between MMA and the hedge fund business. I don't want to go too far with that analogy. There's certainly other reasons why, let's say, this particular sport is interesting versus other sports, but it's very personal, and I totally understand other people adore golf or skiing or surfing, and that's perfectly fine with me. I don't have a problem with that. So to summarize, today I visited the American Kickboxing Academy. First time I visited this academy, even though I've been living in San Francisco for 7 years. It's been a great experience. It radiates the energy of people like Khabib that I admire in terms of what they've achieved, in terms of what they symbolize. And I think this is very important to me as a practicing martial artist and also as a practicing hedge fund manager, to always try to achieve the best, to always keep the momentum. Momentum is important. Momentum is important. Keep the momentum going, and this will be one more step towards get more, do something else, do something new, drive down to San Jose and train at AKA. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to report back once I started training there, but it's very exciting. And it's important. I think it's important for people to find new challenges, to find new ways to reinvent themselves. And although this might sound all very sort of, yeah, whatever, this is actually concrete. I am going to drive almost 2 hours to train in a place that inspires me. This is important. This is something I care about. And I strongly believe that it's going to propel me into a new sphere, that it's going to give me new strength, and it's going to give me new ways to think about other problems. For example, how to make money. For example, how to defend myself. For example, how to defend myself not just physically against fighters, but also, let's say, against political oppression, coercion, government influence, and all these types of things that have been bothering me. Even my health, which is bothering me a little bit right now with my teeth. All these kinds of things. I think martial arts, on the one hand, is very important for that, but much more importantly, it's a place that resonates excellence, that resonates strength, that resonates the ability to go for it, solve the problem, and do something that maybe is a little bit out of the comfort zone, but that's fine. That's actually important. It's okay to be out of your comfort zone. It's okay to do something that maybe doesn't feel very it doesn't feel comfortable, but you have the urge to do it. This is the nice sort of dichotomy that I'm looking for. I have the urge to do it, but it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, and that's fine. Thank you.